Welcome to the Family History Guide, Countries, United States, Goal E2, World War II Records. The seeds of World War II were sown with the final peace treaties signed to end World War I in 1920, and the subsequent ascendancy of Adolf Hitler as the Chancellor of Germany. About 19 years later, World War II began on September 1, 1939, with Germany's invasion of Poland, thereby inciting Poland's allies, Great Britain and France, to declare war on Germany. On September 19, 1939, the Soviet Union, under the leadership of Joseph Stalin, ordered a counter-invasion of Poland. German expansion continued across Europe, forcing the British soldiers to evacuate the continent at Dunkirk between May 26 and June 4, 1940. The German Air Force began its attacks on Great Britain beginning on July 10, 1940. The United States entered the war when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. More than 100 million people from 30 nations participated in the war, resulting in anywhere from 70 million to 85 million civilian and military casualties. Of those, about 16 million served in the military in the United States. On June 6, 1944, the Allied armies invaded Europe at Normandy, France. The war in Europe ended on 7 May 1945 with Germany's unconditional surrender. The war with Japan and countries surrounding the Pacific Ocean ended when the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the Japanese mainland in August of 1945. Every person who lived during the wars from 1939 to 1945 was directly or indirectly affected by the war. You may have a family tradition that one or more of your ancestors fought in World War II. It is important that you talk to your oldest family members about their experiences and memories, not just about the war, but about all of the family events. More recent military records usually have more information than older records. Typically, men and women born between the years 1881 to 1927 were most likely to have actively served in the war effort. You may want to begin your search of World War II military records by using the FamilySearch.org Research Wiki. World War II United States Military Records, 1941 to 1945. There are many types of records that can help you find information about your ancestors and relatives who lived and fought during World War II. Here are some of the types of records you can use: biographies, casualty records, cemetery records, draft records, enlistment records, naturalization records, pension records, prisoners of war records, service records, soldiers' homes, unit histories, and societies. You can find where your ancestors or relatives lived by searching the 1940 United States Federal Census on FamilySearch.org. Knowing where your ancestors or relatives lived helps you know where to search for records. There are likely thousands of websites with information about the United States' participation in World War II. But you can find a lot of records and other information in some of the large online genealogy database websites, such as FamilySearch.org, Ancestry.com, and Fold3.com. On September 16, 1940, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed into law the first Peacetime Selective Service Act. During World War II, the Selective Service System conducted 6 draft registrations. These records are held collectively in 2 groups at the National Personal Records Center, NPRC, in St. Louis, Missouri. The registrations are part of Record Group 147 records of the Selective Service System. Since there is an overlap in the World War I and World War II Selective Service registration, men born in the years 1887 to 1900 may have registered twice and have both World War II and World War I draft records. Searchable digital copies of these records are available on the FamilySearch.org website and on other websites. Searching for the records of your ancestors who served in the war is complicated by the fact that most of the service records from 1912 to 1963 were destroyed in a fire in 1973 at the National Personal Records Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Some of the records that can be used to find your ancestors include the United States National Archives and Records Administration, or NARA, digitized card register of burials of deceased American soldiers. The card register is available through the NARA online catalog. Other burial records in the National Archives are also available from the United States Archives branch in St. Louis, Missouri. It may also be possible to learn about your military ancestor from a headstone provided through an application with the United States Department of Veteran Affairs. The links in the Family History Guide will provide you with valuable information about how to find your ancestors using military records. Study the choices in this goal to develop your research skills.